Las Vegas. I'm your host, Thomas, with Iconic. And today is our very first show. And I like to start off the show on the right foot, putting God first. And today we have a good friend of mine, Pastor Torie H. Russell.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you too, my brother. How you been?
Oh, I've been great.
It's been a long time. When is the last time we seen each other?
Now, we talked about that. I said it's been about 2 years. I said about 3 or 4 years. You say you haven't been here that long, right?
Yeah, so we came here in 2016, right. So I'm thinking about maybe 2 years.
Right.
Yeah, and the last time we were down in Long Beach, we rode past your home, and my wife and we didn't see you.
Well, you know I ain't at home.
Yeah. So how's it going?
It's going.
Tell me a little bit.
Okay, it's going well. God is blessing. As you do know, I'm full-time pastoring Temple Baptist Church of Long Beach, and that comes with a whole load of prayers and more prayers and a lot of work. We're in an area of town where I like to call it leaving the ghetto. We're not quite in, not quite out, and so it comes with its challenges. But we're doing a great work, and I'm excited about it.
That's great. Now, yeah. I can remember when we talked, and you were actually first called into that position.
Right.
You played a very big role in the church.
Yeah.
And you were asked to step up.
Right.
And we discussed that, and I think it was a good move for you.
Right. Right.
I guess all the times when we do something, we never feel like we're ready. We never feel prepared.
Yeah.
But you've been a really, really, really big blessing to the church, to the city of Long Beach.
Right. Praise God.
To all your friends like myself, and just to everybody. And I definitely want to commend you for taking that step, doing what God asked you to do, and just making a positive impact on us all.
You know what? It's like anything else, maturity. You have certain kids and certain friends you go to middle school with, then high school, then college, and as you become married, you progress on. And by the way, I do want to give a shout out to my beautiful wife, Karen Russell. We've been married some 20 plus years. She says it's 25, I say it's 28, but some plus years. But as you progress in life, you don't know the direction that you're going to end, but God knows. Mm-hmm. And so he was maturing me through this entire process. Mm-hmm. One thing I always say, as I was entering into ministry, that I was looking to build a church, mm-hmm. but God was looking to build a pastor. Wow. Okay, so that comes with its own level of working through and things like that. So mm-hmm. I've learned a lot in a short period of time. Mm-hmm. And I'm still learning, still going forward. And just loving people and loving God, that's really what it is, Thomas. That's really what it is.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming out here. I know you on vacation with your wife's birthday and everything, so I appreciate you taking the time to come out.
Yeah.
So actually, how long has it been since you've been
in ministry?
Senior pastor?
I'm going into my 8th year. Mm-hmm. 8th year. I was called into the ministry in 2011, April the 3rd. I came behind a pastor, my spiritual father, Dr. Burdell Calhoun Sr. He pastored in the city of Long Beach for 54 years as a great champion and trailblazer. So, I'm standing on some big shoulders right now, some big shoes to fill, but, God gives you direction and he tailors it different for each person who's doing it. Mm-hmm. And I'm learning that. So, I know more about what I don't want to be than what I do want to be. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, I'm still learning, but it's been 8 years. It's been a good ride. Everything's been going well. Had some peaks and valleys, as you do know.
Right.
And so there's some cultural changes that we're going through in the church, as well as a shift in the community. Mm-hmm. A lot of communities that we pastor now don't look like us. Mm-hmm. They're not predominantly one race of people. Mm-hmm. So I just go ahead with the word of God and let the Lord lead me. Mm-hmm. Whosoever will, let them come.
Right. Now, speaking of community, I know you guys do a lot. Since I left the city, you were doing a lot with breakfasts. You were doing a lot with feeding the community.
Right.
You were doing a lot with the backpack and a lot of service to the community.
Right.
How has that impacted? the city?
You know what? It's impacted the city of Long Beach well, because number one, they're receiving the resource that we're providing, whether it's food, whether we're doing an expungement clinic, whether we're doing whatever type of community resourcing that it is. Our end game is to see all folks come to the knowledge and wisdom of Jesus Christ. And today we have to do that with balance. This is why I'm here in Vegas, having balance with my wife. You have to balance your life and just keep it in the middle of the road.
Right.
So many times people have stayed out of church because they found church folk or people of God just to be so strict that they can't enjoy. We can enjoy, but we have to have balance to what we do.
Right.
So that's basically where we are.
That's great. So speaking of balance, so how do you balance, the church and being a pastor? I'm sure everybody want to talk to you.
Oh my Lord.
And you have your children and
my
school
Lord.
and
Well,
grandbabies.
I'm gonna tell you, my wife is a unannounced prophetess, and of course we don't really go there, but she said something that I'll never forget. She said, "Stop asking people how they're doing, because they will unload on you right there."
Right.
And so with balance, I'm learning to just take more time with my family, with my wife, and I'm giving God my all, I'm giving the church my all, the community my all, but also I have to give my family my all, which is the first institution God ordained.
Right.
So just taking it in and learning as you go. There's really not a set manual. You may follow someone else's lead or their leadership, but at some point it's going to be tailored just for you. It's kind of like raising your own family. We've seen what our dads did. We've seen what our mothers cultivated us, but at some point we have to cultivate it and make it our own.
Right.
And so that's what we're learning to do, to make it our own.
That's great. Yeah. That is great. Yeah, so Pastor Russell, I really appreciate you. Where is your address? Is it 2825 East 10th Street?
It's 2825 East 10th Street, Long Beach, California, 90804. But I want to say something to you. I thank God for people like you, man. You and your wife. I'm going to tell you why. You guys have given us a local example of what strong African-American black couples, if you will, should look like. You guys have always been progressive. You've always had entrepreneurship skills. And I remember the shop you all had on Anaheim and Orange in the city of Long Beach.
Right.
And here I'm looking at the wonderful business that you have going here now in Las Vegas. So you guys are a blessing to us and examples to people. And you still go to work and you work hard and you carry the load as well. So it's that same momentum that we're all looking to connect and build.
Right.
A larger community. So you guys are a blessing to us.
Well, thank you. And I want to ask you a favor. Why?
Wait. Now listen, this is gonna help. This is gonna help your interview. Anybody watching this, he said he's gonna ask me for a favor, and I don't know what the favor is.
Right.
But remember this, Thomas. A favor will kill you faster than a bullet. So go ahead and shoot.
So here's my favor. So being that I'm no longer in Long Beach, I am in Vegas now, and I went on the internet and I Googled Pastor Torie Russell of Temple Baptist Church sermons.
Okay.
So what I ask of you, if you can please get a couple of those sermons up so people who are not local to the church can hear you and see how God has blessed you and speaks through you to help us.
I will do that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was probably a dinosaur when it came to social media. To be straight up and straight honest. Coming into the ministry, and my walk before this, there were some bones I wanted to have buried, and I'm talking about past sins that we all have had. And so for me, I didn't want to give the devil, I didn't want to give myself to an audience of people that could, at that time, people were real leery on social media, whether it was Facebook, whether it was MySpace, whatever. But now I'm going to make myself more available, and you're helping me with that. You are helping me with that. So we'll get the sermons up, and we'll live stream. We'll go and do some things so people can hear. And for me, ministry should be always clear. no matter how deep the message, no matter how deep we're trying to exegete the text or to explain it, it should be explained in a way that everyone can gather it. It shouldn't be a closed recipe where I'm trying to just keep it for myself, because people are in direct need today. And so they don't have time for us to sit out and just waste their time, especially the millennials. Today, they want to be cause motivated. They'll come to church if there's something in it for them. And everything's in real time now. So they want to say, listen, what's in it for me? What's the end game? And we have to be upfront with that, because people are looking for us to be their spiritual guide. And we don't want to blow it. I don't have to knock any other pastor or any other church for promotion. I don't believe in promotion by demotion. Simply saying that I don't believe I have to talk about somebody else to fan my flame. Just do what God has called me to do. And that's what I seek to do. I'm looking to connect with like-minded people who are looking to be progressive as we go forward in ministry, the ministry of Jesus Christ. I have a clear message that God gives me to share. I'm very dogmatic about what I believe, but once again, we got to have balance, because we miss the opportunity to share the good news, sometimes because we come off wrong. You know, I was going to do this interview in a tie, but you know, I'm out here on my vacation, so I'm just going to be who I am. And that's all I seek to do, man.
You say come as you are.
But expect to change. You know, I have to leave that there, because so many times, if I'm going to the hospital and I don't want to leave sicker, I'm going to the gym, I don't want to leave fatter, you know. So come as you are, but expect to change. And that's something we have to buy into, that we have to place rules. And the Bible is a wonderful book, a wonderful story of rules on God showing his love and grace toward us. But we have to have rules, man. A world without rules is a world with chaos. And so I believe in the message of Jesus Christ. It's a message of love and forgiveness. It's a message of sharing and giving. If we're not called to give and forgive, then really we missed the mark. And that takes some work. That takes some work for us all to do, because forgiveness is a great idea until it's your turn to forgive. You know, we all want to be forgiven, but to forgive the other person, that takes some work. So just stay in the fight and keep calling on me. I want to come back and do this again. I want to see this thing bloom and blossom.
Tell everybody where they can reach your church at again.
Once again, if you're in the great city of Long Beach, come out to Temple Baptist Church of Long Beach. And listen, we expect to have a good time. The church is located at 2825 East 10th Street in the city of Long Beach, 90804. God bless your hearts, and we hope to see you soon.